Hello, everybody. Welcome to my live. I am Queen Lillie. We got a lot to talk about. Yes. Everybody, welcome to my live. I am Queen Lillie. Come on in. Hit that like button as soon as you hit the steps of my castle. Hit that like button, please. Let's go over a couple rules. If you'd like to become a member, there's two different memberships. We have the Rubies membership for $4.99. Yes. And the Diamonds membership for $9.99. Yes, $9.99. Get you a membership. And if you like to donate to my channel, you can send me super chats. They're super stickers. Yes, that's the way you can donate and show me love. Also, in my description is my Venmo. So if you have Venmo and you want to donate to me in that form, you can. Just simply go to your Venmo, put in my Venmo that's in the description, and send me some love. My PayPal link is in the description as well. So if you want to bless me through PayPal and you have PayPal, go ahead and do it and give me a beautiful night. Yes. Y'all, we got a lot to cover because it's a beautiful Latino woman that got a Nobel Peace Prize, y'all. Yeah, a Latino woman got a Nobel Peace Prize. And Donnie ain't happy. Donald Trump thinks he's supposed to get a Nobel Peace Prize for what? He keep claiming. He started with saying he has solved 7 wars. Now Donald Trump says he has solved 8 wars. Donnie hasn't solved not 1 war, y'all. He hasn't ended any. But let him tell it, it's now at 8 wars, y'all. Although they have boomed a boat that actually was citizens of Colombia that haven't done anything to get the boat boomed, and Donnie claimed they was going after the cartel. Those people were just innocent Colombian people. The Colombian president said there was Colombians in that boat that Pete had said, and Donnie boy boomed. Donnie, you think you're supposed to get a Nobel Peace Prize for that? Well, honey, Donnie, you didn't get it. A beautiful Latino woman got it. Yes. Hola, señorita. She got the Nobel Peace Prize. And Donnie and his crew, they're mad. MAGA is not only mad about that, they're mad about Bad Bunny from Puerto Rico. Puerto Rico! Yes, he is performing at the Super Bowl. And what does Charlie Kirk's wife says she's going to do? They're going to have their own Super Bowl performance. Honey, it won't be lit because nobody want to go see what y'all going to be doing because y'all have no flavor and you have no culture. You only take and steal from other cultures, especially the Black culture. Yes, we're going to be going on and getting started, y'all, because this Nobel Peace Prize, let me tell you something about this live. In this live, y'all will hear me repeat stuff several times because I want y'all to get it what's going on in this country. And the hate for other people is real. It's real up in here. Hit that like button as you coming in. Hello, Queen Miss Bugs. How you doing? Beautiful. Good evening. Hello, King Allen. How you doing? Hello, King Neil. How you doing? From San Antonio, Texas. Yes. Hello, everybody. So we're going to start with the guy that's over the Nobel Peace Prize. And he's going to let us know why Donnie did not receive the Nobel Peace Prize. He didn't deserve it. But let him tell it, okay?
U.S. President Donald Trump has repeatedly said he deserves the Nobel Peace Prize and he'd like to have it. He even said that it would be an insult to the United States if he doesn't get it. What does as the chairman of the Nobel Peace Prize Committee, think of this, and how has this campaign-like activity by the president and his supporters domestically and internationally affected the deliberations and the thinking in the committee?
In the long history of the Nobel Peace Prize, I think this committee have seen any type of campaign, media attention. We receive thousands and thousands of letters every year of people wanting to say what for them leads to peace. This committee sits in a room filled with the portraits of all laureates, and that room is filled with both courage and integrity. So we base only our decision on the work and the will of Alfred Nobel.
U.S. President Donald Trump has repeatedly said
they base it on the will and the work of the people. Donnie has the work of 8 fake wars that he's supposed to have been. First, it was 7 wars that Donald Trump said he has ended. Now it's 8. We're going to elaborate on this a little bit more, okay? How y'all doing out there in this YouTube world? I hope you're having a blessed evening. It is Friday, baby. And as our girl, Miss Bug, say hello from Willis Point, Texas. Hello. Hola, señorita. Okay, we're going to listen to something else about the Nobel Peace Prize because Donnie is 10 hot. He's on 100 hot right now. So one moment, please. So the Nobel Peace Prize goes to a beautiful Latina woman that's the Ric Flair drip. What's the Ric Flair drip for today? That a Latino woman received the Nobel Peace Prize by the Caucasian man. He did not get the Nobel Peace Prize. Danny Boy did not get the Nobel Peace Prize. No one is surprised, but MAGA. One moment. One moment, please. One moment.
All right. Spoiler alert, Kanks does not win the Nobel Peace Prize. Apparently, this was a surprise to some people, not surprising to any of us. But in order to fully understand this whole thing, let's talk about why this is important to him. And it is because a Black man that he is insanely jealous of won the Nobel Peace Prize. So about 12 hours before they announced the winner, Kanks is doing his dementia hour in the Oval that he's been doing every night. You know, people that are suffering dementia have sundowners, right? So here he is going off about Obama and the Nobel Peace Prize. Play the clip.
This prize for way less than you did, and President Obama got the Nobel Peace Prize for way less.
Doing nothing.
Exactly.
Obama got a prize. He didn't even know what he got. He got
jealousy.
They gave it to Obama for doing absolutely nothing but destroying
jealousy.
No, he was not a good president. The worst president was Sleepy Joe Biden, but Obama was not a good president.
That's why this man's health failing out of mean things he said about great people.
This is so pathetic. I mean, the fact that nobody in the Republican Party is saying, get over it. You're such a baby. You're such a whiner. And instead they
that's the taco man
humiliation exercises where everybody has to go around and tell him how great he is. He has entire news networks created to fluff his ego. Nothing on the planet will ever fix him.
No, it won't. And here's the thing with Trump. He gets on something and he can't stop. And this shameless begging for the Nobel Peace Prize and these foreign leaders like Netanyahu, I'm nominating you for the Nobel Peace Prize. He is bombing civilians in the Caribbean, saying that they are cartels with zero proof. It's unbelievable, the hubris of these people.
Well, and you can't change the name of the Department of Defense to the Department of War and send troops into your own country. Right. We have U.S. troops in American cities right now, and he wants a Nobel Peace Prize. I can't even believe it's being discussed. But this guy is such a petulant man baby that Norway had to prepare for potential backlash. And so here we have, I believe this is The Guardian reporting, that Norway braces for Trump's reaction if he does not win Nobel Peace Prize. U.S. president may impose tariffs, demand higher NATO contributions, or even declare Norway an enemy. Okay, this is utterly insane. I cannot believe that our former allies are having to deal with us like this. And you know what? I don't blame them. I think the best way to support America right now, the idea of America, the Constitution, and American citizens is to speak out frequently and often about what a fascist regime this is.
Well, he's such a titty baby. And I found this to be so interesting. And I'm like, so everybody globally sees what a petty little bitch he is. The only people that are hiding from what a petty little bitch he is are Mike Johnson and the MAGA Republicans.
All right, next up, put this up, Seth. The Nobel Peace Prize, of course, does not go to a toddler who's a convicted felon who incited an insurrection.
They would have never given it to a felon.
Fisherman for no reason other than he wants to look like a badass. Funding Israel to commit genocide, allowing Vladimir Putin to dog walk him, and this guy, and sending troops into American cities, and this guy has the audacity to think he's going to win. The real winner is the Norwegian Nobel Committee has decided to award the 2025 Nobel Peace Prize to Maria Corina Machado for her tireless work promoting democratic rights for the people of Venezuela and for her struggle to achieve a just and peaceful transition from dictatorships to democracy. Maybe the United States of America can look to her guidance and tutelage when the most anticipated obituary takes place.
I felt like this was a special kind of irony because he's taking these civilian ships from Venezuela and he's bombing them, and he's saying, oh, well, they're, drug smugglers. Of course they're not. He's full of
come
shit.
to find out, you guys, I'm going to cut it there. We're not going to watch the whole video. I love them, though. They are great at what they do. Fair use, great for educational purposes, etc. And great for research purposes, and great entertainment. And I throw a little comedy in there. You know I do, baby. I had it up to here. News, podcasts. These ladies are amazing. I watch them every day, several times a day, because I love their commentary. So give them a subscription on YouTube, okay? They're also on Instagram as well. But he's furious. He had to have known he was not going to receive that because he hasn't done a fifth of what President Barack Obama has done for the country. When President Barack Obama was in office, he pulled us out of a recession. Donald Trump is taking us down in a dark hole past a recession. He is taking us to hell. That's what he's taking America. Because he knows when he goes bye-bye, when the Lord cut his time clock off, he going to HELL. So he'd rather take us with him, but I'm not going with Donnie boy. I ain't going. You can go, MAGA. Honey, my Lord and Savior has captured my heart. I knows where I'm going. I pledge allegiance to the American flag, and my Jesus Christ is my Lord and Savior. All right. So we're going to listen to our girl, Marjorie Taylor Greene. I am so proud of her, y'all. Y'all have no understanding how proud I am of Marjorie Taylor Greene. I'm really shocked. I believe she had it in her, but it had to be pulled out of her because, honey, her re-election means that she needs to get voted back in. And as she stated, Donnie did not give her her seat. She earned it from the voters of Georgia. So, excuse me, everybody. We're going to take a listen to Marjorie Taylor Greene.
Have not come down. I myself can tell you my apartment here in Washington, D.C., the electricity bill is $100 more than it was last year because you can look at your own bill and look at costs. Prices have not come down. That is a reality. People's wages have not gone up. That's another reality. And so Americans are continuing to have a very difficult time. Costs have not come down. I myself can tell you my apartment here in Washington, D.C.
I agree with Marjorie Taylor Greene. The prices have not come down since Donald Trump has been in office. That's a MAGA Republican speaking. Those are not my words. And Marjorie Taylor Greene is stating the truth. The prices have not come down. They have gone up. Her electrical bill in her apartment in D.C., it went up.
Have not come down. I myself can tell you my apartment here in Washington, D.C., the electricity bill is $100 more than it was last year because you can look at your own bill and
it's
look
hard
at
out here.
It costs. Prices have not come down. That is a reality. People's wages have not gone up. That's another reality. And so Americans are continuing to have a very difficult time. Costs have not come down. I myself can.
Y'all, the queen ain't lying. I have to even give her a crown. She ain't lying, y'all. My electrical bill is high. And being that I'm going through menopause, I have to keep the air conditioner on. So just imagine my electrical bill. It's higher than what it's double than what it was previously. But I have to keep the air on. I cannot go without air conditioning. And I even noticed when it was wintertime, I had to have the air conditioner on because I can't live without it right now. I'm in menopause. Hot flashes sweat my hair out. That's why my hair be looking longer some days. Some days it look drawn up because, honey, it be don't draw it up because I'm sweating. I'm in menopause, and it's not friendly. Menopause is not good, honey. It's just not. It's not. Y'all pray for me. Ooh, it's taking me through it. But I come here and give y'all love. I give you what you want. I give you what you need. Satisfaction guarantee comes from me. You ain't going to get it nowhere else as good as you get it here. I don't care what you say. But anyway, I love y'all. Again, Trump lost to a Latina woman. He did not get the Nobel Peace Prize. A woman of color got the Nobel Peace Prize. A woman, you know Dunny man. A woman outdid him. I love God. You don't love God? What's up with you? I love the Lord, honey. Just make my day. Ooh, so we're going to listen to a devastating news hits Trump as he's rushed to the hospital. But in this video, we're going to listen to the part where Candace Owens discussed Donald Trump. She has a discussion on Donald Trump. What's going on with America? Hold on, y'all.
Donald Trump just got some very bad news and literally says the only reason he wants this is because Obama had it and he never did.
Peace Prize for way less than.
Also, he looks very.
It'll get to Candace Owens in just a moment.
Looking like an old raisin.
Obama, President Obama got
looks bad.
Peace Prize for way less.
Doing nothing.
Hit the like button, please.
He got elected, and they gave it to Obama for doing absolutely nothing. But
Jealousy.
No, he was not a good president. The worst president was Sleepy Joe Biden. But Obama
Donald Trump is the worst president ever. Worse than Nixon.
After he won the election, then they gave the Peace Prize.
Right afterwards.
My election was a much more important election.
But nobody at his inauguration.
You're never getting an Oscar.
Because no one was going to be there. They have it inside.
Candace Owens, who has been going truly insane, had this to say.
Trump wants a Nobel Peace Prize, by the way. Land ethnic cleansing, that they could profit on the land and turn it into a beach town. So let me say this. This is our never again, okay? This is a Holocaust. The Holocaust just happened. A real Holocaust just happened. You'll never forget this. You need to tell your children what happened in Gaza. You need to tell them exactly who did it, exactly whose families were involved in this. And when you hear in the future somebody tell you, like, we're going to Gaza Beach for a vacation, you need to look at them like they are the absolute vermin of our society, because they are.
Honestly, yes. Yes. I know I don't talk a lot about Gaza on this channel because, frankly, I focus more on domestic things that have happened. And what has happened in Gaza, I wasn't even expecting to talk about this, is appalling. And it is ethnic cleansing waged by Israel, the government of Israel, and our country as well. And she's going to go on here and say some pretty ludicrous things about the land being Kurdish, but I actually...
Thank you. I'm going to read in one moment, okay?
They only care about Gaza so much as so that they can start building new buildings. And I think...
I'm going to pause this and read this super chat right quick. AEON Start sent me a super chat. Thank you. And it says, the way you put your words together make me weak. I get so weak in the knees. Oh, I make you weak in the knees, baby. Talk to mama. Do I make you weak in the knees? Thank you so much. Thank you for blessing me. Thank you. So we're going to continue with this, what Candace Owens has to say, because she has something important to say. And also be sure to subscribe to Keith Edwards. He's on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok. He's all over our social media. So subscribe and follow him, okay?
It's a party, the Democratic Party, which, by the way, I'm more and more upset with, because fascism is here and they're fucking sending tweets. Stupid ass tweets rather
He's
than
right.
getting people into the streets, organizing, fighting with every single weapon they have available, metaphorical weapon. But if we're going to be the party of morality, we, one, can't be the party of stock trading, and two, we can't be the party that supported the cleansing and the
Gaza.
killing of an ethnic group and civilians simply because they were in the way. All right,
In the way of making money.
Stuart Stevens
Greed
says,
is Donald
here
Trump.
with the Nobel Peace Prize. Here's what the Nobel Committee said on the recent selection, that Machado, quote, meets all three criteria stated in Alfred Nobel's will for the selection of Peace Prize laureate. The committee said she has brought her country's opposition together. She has never wavered in resisting the militarization of Venezuelan society. She has been steadfast in her support for peaceful transition to democracy. And as he says here, Donald Trump fails on every count. And I also have, let's just go into, and I'll just show you this, that Marina Corina Machado didn't want to be the target of Donald Trump's ire, so she dedicated it to Donald Trump. And the White House press secretary repeated.
I want to dedicate my Nobel Peace Prize to him. She earned that. I wouldn't care if he would target me. That's the thing. When it comes to you earning something and you earned it honestly, you don't owe anybody anything but the Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. Never stoop to a low and dedicate it to a gutter sniper, Donald Trump. You don't do that. No. One moment, please. And this is something that we're going to listen to. And it said, why is Trump destroying the federal government? And he's going to tell us why, okay?
Why Trump is so hell-bent on wrecking the federal government? Because the Heritage Foundation
hit the like button, please,
and the Republican Party for the last several decades has been focused on a single central goal. They have been bought by the richest of the rich and the corporations to end the federal government's ability to do two things. One, to tax billionaires, and two, to regulate corporations. Everything else, all the other political issues, are designed to make and motivate a right-wing voting bloc which will grant Republicans the power to do this. You ever wonder why Trump is so hell-bent on?
I wonder about a lot of things Trump is hell-bent on. He's hell-bent on getting bent over. Now, I'm just kidding. Grindr! How is Grindr doing today? Oh, Trump supporters are turning their backs on him fast. And when I tell y'all fast, take a listen, okay?
Crazy. So Candace Owens just absolutely grilled Donald Trump for wanting the Nobel Peace Prize despite the fact that he's supporting the genocide taking place in Gaza. This comes as Donald Trump just lost to somebody who actually fights for peace and democracy. Check this out.
Hit the like button.
By the way, for the planned ethnic cleansing so that they could profit on the land and turn it into a beach town. So let me say this. This is our never again, okay? This is a Holocaust. The Holocaust just happened. A real Holocaust just happened. We will never forget this.
Trump has consistently aligned himself with violence and oppression abroad, and I'm very relieved to see the Nobel Prize Committee hand the prize to somebody who represents the exact opposite. Maria Machado represents courage, resistance, and real leadership under a dictatorship. While Trump demanded recognition for chaos and division, Machado actually earned it for standing up to tyranny. Her win is a global statement that the world still values freedoms and integrity, not ego and authoritarianism. The Nobel Prize Committee even seemed to send a not-so-subtle message in their citation, saying when authoritarians seize power, it is crucial to recognize courageous defenders of freedom who rise and resist. That line alone sounds like it's a direct rebuke of Donald Trump, whose admiration for dictators and attempts to undermine democracy at home are very well documented. He is one of the only presidents that I can think of who's not even tried to unite the American people at all. He's declared war on American cities and called peaceful protesters terrorists. This guy does not deserve the Nobel Peace Prize. This is crazy. So Candace Owens...
Be sure to subscribe to United Now and follow him on Instagram. Our youth is doing it big. When I tell you, they're just as powerful as us old heads. They're making it happen. Please subscribe to United Now. This young man is great. He is good. Please subscribe to his channel. So this is about Peter Thiel and JD Vance. Hold on, okay? And this is Christina Talks. Please go to Instagram right now and follow Christina Talks T, the letter T. Christina Talks T. I love this beautiful queen. Take a listen.
Well, it's a fuck around and find out kind of Friday. I hadn't even had a chance to brush my hair today, but let me pour some more FAFO tea for the MAGA crew, because unfortunately for you, I have more proof that you've been played in every kind of way. And this time, I'm going to sling some shade JD's way. Yes, jdvance and his toddler pants, the Maybelline queen with future dictator dreams. You know who his financial backup be.
Peter
His real
Thiel.
tight friend, honey. That would be Peter Thiel. Yes, and you know the deal when it comes to
Lover's
Peter Thiel. He's
Lane.
always talking about the Antichrist. He went on tour just
Brokeback
recently
Mountain.
to tell the whole entirety of the world who the Antichrist be. But there's something you should know about Peter Thiel today, honey. Well, a bit of information was leaked. Some of the things about how he feels, the plans, you know, the deal to gain control of the US of A and keep your eyes off of his money. And not just his money, you see, but JD's money too. All of their money, boo, as they rake it on in and become billionaires and, well, real close to
Brokeback
trillionaires
Mountain.
these days. So would you like to know the plan that they've been crafting to use you and play you and take your money and control of the US of A and strip your rights and your democracy away?
Hi, King
Good, I'll
Edward
lay it out for
Thornton.
you.
Hi,
You
Josh.
see, it occurred to Peter Thiel that there were too many eyes across the globe that are on people's monies today, tracking it in every kind of way.
Somebody
Not
give
enough
Nick
tax
his
breaks.
pacifier.
And he was scared, baby. And he let all the other billionaires know, you need to be scared too. We need to formulate a plan expeditiously to get these people's eyes off of me and you, so we can continue to do our little world domination play and get away with this shit every single day. And he said the play is religion, dear. We must put them in fear. The way to control the population
Religion,
these days
fear,
is to use
racism,
religious
bigotry,
But I hate it for you. This is
colonization.
nothing fucking new. That's what the patriarchy likes to do. You know the things that were birthed from the patriarchy, dear? That would be religion, honey. And from religion came colonization. You see, the patriarchy has brought us all sorts of things over the years, dear. Racism, hatred, bigotry, control, colonization, all to keep weak-ass men up there.
Mediocre
In
white
charge
man.
of everyone, everywhere. And that's his plan. That's their plan. That's why they keep telling you they want to turn this into a Christian land. That's why they spread across the internet expeditiously word of a rapture, baby. Because
Why they want us
use
to be
religion.
Christians? They don't live the Christian life. They emphasize on Christian lifestyle while they on the Grindr app. They emphasize Christian lifestyle while they trying to get rid of black and brown people. They emphasize Christian lifestyle while they got on their knee pads, fulfilling each other's needs instead of the wife doing it. They emphasize Christianity, yeah, while they taking lives of people on a boat, innocent Colombians. They emphasize Christianity when they let some drug dealer son and his crime family come over and live in our country and take care of them. They emphasize Christianity when they got a man, they got 34 felonies living in the Oval Office at the White House. You can't tell the American people anything when you ain't living right. Stay off that Grindr out. Let that back end close up back there, okay? Because you're going to have to wear a diaper the rest of your life. A lot of people don't realize when you in at that back door like that, as they start getting older, you can't hold it back there. Somebody wears Depends that lives in the White House. Lord, fix it, Jesus. So today, we're going to be hearing something from Occupy Democrats, okay?
US President Donald Trump has repeatedly said he deserves the Nobel Peace Prize and he'd like to have it. He even said that it would be an insult to the United States if he doesn't get it. What does as the chairman of the Nobel Peace Prize Committee, think of this, and how has this campaign-like activity by the president and his supporters domestically and internationally affected the deliberations and the thinking in the committee?
In the long history of the Nobel Peace Prize, I think this
Hit
committee
the like
has
button.
seen any type of campaign, media attention. We receive thousands and thousands of letters every year of people wanting to say what for them leads to peace. This committee sits in a room filled with the portraits of all laureates, and that room is filled with both courage and integrity. So
Trump doesn't have
only our
integrity.
decision on the work and the will of Alfred Nobel.
U.S. President Donald Trump.
He mentioned integrity. Trump doesn't have that. So y'all, I hate to say it, he was never going to get that. Although the handsome black man, President Barack Obama, he got the Nobel Peace Prize, baby. And that's a fine man Queen Michelle Obama has. Donnie could never compete. Never. Education-wise, never. The presidency-wise, never. Because President Barack Obama has a clean record. He pulled the American people out of recession. And Donnie has taken us down in a deep, dark hole. Worse than a recession. We are fucked, America. So, because Donnie is so miserable, because he knows that the gates of hell are opening up for him real quick, he knows that he doesn't have long anymore. His health is failing so badly, so poorly. He going after Letitia James, James Comey, all the people that's greater than him. Let's see what they got to say about Letitia James right quick, okay? Let's take a listen what she has to say.
Attorney General Letitia James has been indicted by Donald Trump's Department of Justice on one count of bank fraud and one count of false statements to a financial institution. Now, this is one of those situations
Donnie continues to break laws, but now he's dragging other people down the hole with him.
Was coming, and the reason is that the President of the United States explicitly, in writing, directed the Attorney General to indict his political opponents on obvious 19 days ago, posted this message on social media. Pam, I have reviewed over 30 statements.
This is illegal, you all.
Same old story as last time. All talk, no action. Nothing is being done. What about Comey, Adam Shifty Schiff, Letitia? They're all guilty as hell, but nothing is being done. Adding, quote, we can't delay any longer. It's killing our reputation and credibility.
Donnie, his big boobs is angry.
Me twice and indicted me 5 times.
His big boobs angry too.
Justice must be served now, President DJT. At the time, given how brazen that was, there was speculation to have been meant as a private directive to his AG.
Hit the like button, please.
Using the full tools of the Department of Justice. Well, now we know it was. According to the Wall Street Journal, quote, Trump meant to send a private message to Attorney General Pam Bondi urging her to prosecute former FBI Director James Comey and his other favored targets, according to U.S. officials familiar with the matter. Trump believed he had sent Bondi the message directly, addressing it to Pam, and was surprised to learn it was public, the official said.
He's old. That's what old people do, F up.
Trump's U.S. attorney in the Eastern District of Virginia, that man there, a guy named Eric Siebert, was pushed out. Trump publicly
because he wouldn't do Trump's deeds.
Because he did not believe there was sufficient evidence to charge Letitia James or James Comey. We've got reporting that there were even memos written.
He's a man of honor and dignity, integrity. Donnie doesn't have that.
Trump's former personal
an insurance attorney. That's who she is.
Zero previous experience as a prosecutor. Never even tried a case. Now, it is not even clear if Halligan was legally appointed to the job she now putatively occupies in
She's not qualified for this job.
Anyway, and immediately indicted Comey, who was arraigned yesterday. Now today, Tish James, a sitting president, doing this out in the open, would have, I believe, ended the
Trump should have been impeached for what he sent out for Pam Bondi, but we all saw it.
Directly ordering the pretextual prosecutions of political critics, of people he doesn't like, in a ham-fisted, retaliatory, lawless fashion that violates the laws of the country, the letter of the Constitution, and the spirit of liberty.
He is violating the law and the Constitution.
Because they are your opponents, not because of what they did, is the heart of tyranny.
The heart of tyranny in America.
New York Attorney General Letitia James had...
We never heard of any of this craziness before. We get a madman in the Oval Office, and he's bringing this country down. He's taking it to the gates of hell, but I'm not going with him. MAGA has decided to join him on his journey. Yeah, MAGA. The rest of America, we're not doing it. 83% of Republicans are not joining Donald Trump on this blaze to hell. No. 90-something% of Black people are not doing it either. Very few Latin people. Oh, no. I think it's 96% not. No. Donald Trump, his anger and greed is going to take him down. The more he target other people, the more God is going to reveal him. That's what I'm telling y'all. We're going to get them Epstein files because, Donnie, you've been worse than a bad boy. You are Satan in my eyes, the Antichrist, the worst man on God's green earth. You don't deserve to breathe our Lord and Savior's air. You don't. You're going down, Donnie boy.
More than a continuation of the president's desperate weaponization of our justice system. He is forcing federal law enforcement agencies to do his bidding, all because I did my job as the New York State Attorney General.
Hit the like button, please.
And the president's own public statements make clear that his only goal is political retribution at any cost. The president's actions are a grave violation of our constitutional order and have drawn sharp criticism from members of both parties. His decision to fire a United States attorney who refused to bring charges against me and replace them with someone who is blindly loyal not to the law, but to the president is antithetical to the
and that attorney has not won one case
of our country. This is the time for leaders on both sides of the aisle to speak out against this blatant perversion of our system of justice. I stand strongly behind my office's litigation against the Trump Organization. We conducted a 2-year investigation based on the facts and evidence, not politics. Judges have upheld the trial court's finding that Donald Trump, his company, and his 2 sons are liable for fraud. I'm a proud woman of faith, and I know that faith and fear cannot share the same space.
Amen.
And so today, I'm not fearful. I'm fearless. And as my faith teaches me, no weapon formed against me shall prosper.
It won't work in the name of
fight
Jesus.
These baseless charges aggressively. And my office will continue to fiercely protect New Yorkers and their rights. And I will continue to do my job. This is nothing more than a continuation.
Count it all joy. Don't let them steal your joy, girl. Don't let them, because you know what? You qualify for what you have done. You got the education. It wasn't nepotism. It wasn't given to you the way Donald Trump has given people his cabinet positions. She earned it. She has the education. Donnie don't know about that because he wasn't bright in school. His children don't know about that. No, no, no. Melania Trump doesn't know about that because she quit going to the university. She didn't even last. Barry might was a short visit. The Trump family knows nothing about getting the education that Black people have to go through. We have to work 10 times harder than you guys. You know nothing about hard work, Donnie. You know about conning. And that's why you have 34 felonies. Trump is a sellout. One moment.
No one other than President Trump could have achieved the peace that we believe will be a lasting peace.
Listen carefully.
And Qatar played a...
I'm going to stop this a minute. Well, I'm going to tell you what this is about. Let me take a sip of water. When I tell you this is dirty politics, he's allowing Qatar to come and use our land. Hold on. I got something for you, baby. I come here and I give you what you want and what you need. You ain't getting nowhere else like this. So, Trump gives Qatar a military base in Idaho. Yeah. After accepting the luxury Boeing 747-8 plane jet. Idaho, that's American land. It's nothing like a con man like Donnie.
No one other than President Trump could have achieved the peace that we believe will be a lasting peace in Gaza.
Listen carefully,
and Qatar
please.
played a substantial role from the beginning, working with our folks to ensure that came about. So I want to thank you for that historic piece. I look forward to joining the president as that gets, it's already been delivered, but as that's formally signed as well. And I'm also proud that today we're announcing, we're signing a letter of acceptance to build a Qatari Emiri Air Force facility at the Mountain Home Air Base in Idaho. Location will be host a contingent of Qatari F-15s and pilots to enhance our combined training, increase lethality, interoperability. It's just another example of our partnership. And I hope you know, Your Excellency, that you can count on us. No one other than President Trump could have achieved the peace.
Did I lie? Did I lie? Like Nicki Minaj said, did I lie? Did I lie? No. Donald Trump is using the Oval Office to benefit him and his family and fatten his pockets, his bank account, while the American people are suffering. When I go to the grocery store, I have to budget. The electrical bill higher. Gas is expensive. Everything is more expensive than ever. Water bill is higher. I ain't gonna front. It ain't easy. He's fattening his pockets with Qatar. America is bad. So we're going to take a listen to Letitia James again, because I told you at the beginning of this live, we're going to listen to things a couple of times because I want y'all to get it. So if y'all coming in late, you're going to get to hear it now, okay? And this is from Joy Reid's page.
This is nothing more than a continuation of the president's desperate weaponization of our justice system. He is forcing federal law enforcement agencies to do his bidding. All because I did my job as the New York State Attorney General. These charges are baseless, and the president's own public statements make clear that his only goal is political retribution at any cost. The president's actions are a grave violation of our constitutional order and have drawn sharp criticism from members of both parties. His decision to fire a United States attorney who refused to bring charges against me and replace them with someone who is blindly loyal not to the law, but to the president is antithetical to the bedrock principles of our country. This is the time for leaders on both sides of the aisle to speak out against this blatant perversion of our system of justice. I stand strongly behind my office's litigation against the Trump Organization. We conducted a 2-year investigation based on the facts and evidence, not politics. Judges have upheld the trial court's finding that Donald Trump, his company, and his 2 sons are liable for fraud. I'm a proud woman of faith, and I know that faith and fear cannot share the same space.
Faith and fear cannot share the same space. They can't. While we're fighting to get our country back, we cannot allow fear to step in the way and make us afraid. Because every day Donald Trump is hitting us with something new that could weaken our spirits daily. But I stand strong. I believe in God. Faith, you got to have it. I'm going to show y'all something. I want y'all to look at Trump's signature very carefully with this video I'm about to show you. Because it's the same signature on that birthday card to Epstein, okay? I can't play music. Sorry about that. Look at that signature. Think about back to the Jeffrey Epstein card. Look at that signature. Look very carefully. That is the same signature on that Jeffrey Epstein card what Donnie signed between that looks like a young girl's body, that drawing. Because he even said in that birthday card that him and Jeffrey Epstein got secrets that nobody knew about. But go look at the drawing and look at that signature. Donnie, you're telling on yourself. The more you go after Comey and Letitia James, the more it's going to be revealed of you in the Epstein files. Y'all can hold on to them files because what you don't know, God works in mysterious ways. He got you, Donnie. Just not what you think. Because you don't know God. So when I hear you talking about you going to heaven, you sound like a fool. Of course, he is a fool, y'all, but he sounds like he's a buffoon. Let's just leave it there. So this says, Pam Bondi to Senator Blumenthal, how dare you? I'm a career prosecutor. This is about this check that was written to her from Dunny Boy. I'm a career prosecutor. Don't you ever challenge my integrity. Do not question my ability to be fair and impartial. She can't be impartial. She is loyal to Donald Trump. So this is right here. This is from Norman Ornstein. There is an obvious response to that. Where were you, Florida? Where were you, Florida Attorney General? Did you take an illegal $25,000 campaign contribution bribe to squash the investigation against Trump University? And this is the check. Look at that signature again, I beg you. This is the check that Trump gave to Pam Bondi. That signature is on the Jeffrey Epstein's birthday card that Trump did. The drawing he said he doesn't draw. When I showed y'all several drawings of buildings because he drew buildings and pictures and he donated for charity, but he says he doesn't draw. Dunn is he's a compulsive liar. So I'm gonna refresh your memory. Hold on, wait a minute. Uh-oh, it's on mute. Hold on.
Not my signature, and it's not the way I speak.
I'm gonna let you hear that again because Donnie gonna say it's not my signature.
It's not my signature, and it's not the way I speak.
Liar, liar, pants on fire.
Life than having everything.
Look what I have. I have everything.
I have everything.
We have everything.
Donald, yes, there is, but I won't tell you what it is.
Oh, yes, there is. And I won't tell you what it is. Yes, there is. I won't tell you what it is. I won't tell you who it was.
Jeffrey, nor will I.
Let me stop this a minute. It says, watch this incredible takedown of Trump's claims he didn't write the birthday letter to Epstein. So what they're doing, they're taking part of the birthday card that Donald Trump wrote to Epstein, and they're breaking it down, and they're using his own words against him. It's actually smart because he claimed he doesn't talk that way. I don't use those words. I didn't sign it. I don't draw. The compulsive liar, Donald Trump. So we're going to start this over, okay? Dang it. I keep muting the damn thing. Hold on.
It's not my signature, and it's not the way I speak.
Voiceover.
It's not the way I
There
speak.
must be more to life than having everything.
Look what I have. I have everything.
I have everything.
We have everything.
Donald, yes, there is, but I won't tell you what it is.
Oh, yes, there is. And I won't tell you what it is. Yes, there is.
He doesn't use those words, remember?
Jeffrey,
Hit the like button, please.
I also know what it is.
Nor do I. Nor did I. Nor would I. And I know what it is. I know what it is. I know what it is.
Donald, we have certain things in common, Jeffrey.
We have a lot of things in common. We have a lot of things in common. Certain things in common. Right, Jeffrey?
Jeffrey, yes, we do, come to think of it.
Yes, we do. Yes, we do. Come to think of it. Yes, we do.
Donald, enigmas never age. Have you noticed that?
Of course it's an enigma. Have you noticed it? You noticed that.
Jeffrey, as a matter of fact, it was clear to me the last time I saw you.
As a matter of fact, it was clear the last time I saw. The last time I saw him was at Mar-a-Lago.
Trump, a pal is a wonderful thing.
He's my friend, my pal. He's my pal. Pal is a wonderful thing. It's a wonderful thing. Wonderful, wonderful thing. Wonderful thing.
Happy birthday, and may every day be another wonderful secret.
Happy birthday. Happy birthday. May your dreams come true. May you all have a truly blessed Hanukkah. Let's talk about a big secret. Big secret. Big secret. Incredible secret. Wonderful. Wonderful secrets. Secrets. Our most precious secret. Jeffrey, wherever you may be, Jeffrey, thank you. Oh, happy birthday. It's not my signature, and it's not the way I speak.
Voiceover.
Well, honey, if it's not the way you speak, Donnie, you definitely spoke those words, and nobody's lying on you, boy. You just don't know how to be honest. You've never been honest a day in your life. Little boy Blue, come blow your horn to the sheep and the cows and the meadows and the corn. Lord bless his soul, because he going to hell. You going to hell.
In the Constitution, it's going to get real ugly if you don't follow the laws and obey the Constitution like you swore an oath to do. The president came out just yesterday, okay, and he says, I'm going to pick and choose which federal employees that I give back pay to. Okay, so once again, he is indicating that he's going to violate the law and do something that's unconstitutional.
Hit the like button, please.
Despicably, not treat people fairly like we should in this country, okay, but decide, pick and choose whether he's going to give back pay to the federal employees that he likes. The president, his job is to serve this country, not treat the U.S. Treasury like his private piggy bank. That's the American people's money. How dare you go out there
what
and
he's
say, I'm
doing.
going to give back pay to the people that I like and not for the people that I don't like. We are in a dangerous spot in this country when the president thinks that he can just, ignore laws that are written in plain English. That law that you must give back pay to federal employees, okay? That is written in plain English, and he's just telling the American people that he's going to ignore it, okay? Nobody, I don't care who you are.
Tell him, baby.
It doesn't matter. You got a constitution. You got to faithfully execute the Constitution, and he's ignoring it. And so both parties and every American
hit the like button, please.
The threats that this president is making to federal employees in this country. Okay, so Congress, do your damn job. Yeah. Do your damn job.
Tell them, baby.
That's going to require a little compromise. Yeah. It's not a one-sided thing. If you don't have a bill, you haven't done your job. Yeah. So do your job. And this president, you better start obeying the Constitution.
Trump is not going to obey anything. He's a muskrat. A muskrat don't comprehend what everybody's supposed to obey. He just nasty. A muskrat is nasty, y'all. He's the worst creature that ever walked on God's green earth, and he smells. A muskrat. Pay them people their money. They're federal workers. They should not go without their pay. But Donald Trump is deciding to pay whoever, like it's his money. It's the American people's money. It's not your money, Donnie, with your funky self. So let's listen to Queen Marjorie Taylor Greene again, okay? This is something different, okay?
How did we go from this to this?
I'm not some sort of blind slave to the president, and I don't think anyone
Tell him,
should.
girl.
I serve in Congress. We are a separate branch of the government, and I'm not elected by the president. I'm not elected by anyone that works in the White House. I'm elected by my district. That's who I work for. And I got elected without.
She got some backbone now, y'all.
And I think that is.
She's a Georgia girl.
Mega MAGA loyalist Congresswoman Marjorie Taylor Greene has once again broken from her own party. Kind of a new trend. In an ongoing standoff over the government shutdown that most Republicans have repeatedly called a Democrat shutdown, MTG has actually sided with Democrats in calling for an extension of the Affordable Care Act subsidies and been very critical of the shutdown.
I don't see why the government needs to be shut down. I really don't. I believe that if Republicans learn to govern and wield power, they can use the nuclear option in the Senate. They can open up the government. We can get back to work for the American people, and Republicans can solve this problem.
Now, in a long post on X, she also said the following, quote, "When the tax credits expire this year, my own children's insurance premiums for 2026 are going to double, along with all the wonderful families and the hardworking people in my district. Not a single Republican leadership talked to us about this or has given us a plan to help Americans." End quote. Like I said, this is actually not the first time she has publicly spoken about the Trump administration, or at least both of them. Remember, she zeroed in on the DOJ's handling of the Epstein files, and she was not happy.
The truth needs to come out, and the government holds the truth. The cases that are sealed hold the truth. Jeffrey Epstein's estate holds the truth. The FBI, the DOJ, and the CIA holds the truth. And the truth we are demanding come out.
Yeah, that was Marjorie Taylor Greene. And back in June, she denounced Trump's decision to attack Iran's nuclear facilities, again posting on X, quote, "It feels like a complete bait and switch to please the beacons, the warmongers, military-industrial complex contracts, and neocon TV personalities that MAGA hates and who were never Trumpers." And tweet. I mean, this for me is a wow. Here we are with the cracks growing between ex-Trump super loyalist Marjorie Taylor Greene. She called Trump, she was his biggest fan in Congress, and the GOP. So the question is, what could they break on next? Could healthcare actually be the thing that causes
it's affecting her children?
Break within the MAGA party?
She loves her
Let's
children.
Find out. I thought you should know.
When I tell y'all Marjorie Taylor Greene, I am shocked. And y'all know I've never been a fan of her. Never. But she's showing her constituents what needs to be done. And I believe she's going to convince some of them to come on, join me. I believe she is. She stood up against Donald Trump for the Epstein files, and she's still standing strong in it, 10 toes down. Marjorie Taylor Greene, I'm proud of you. You got a backbone. Do not let them drag you back into the dark, to the gates of hell. No, don't let them do it, girl. I'm proud of her. You know why I'm proud of her? Because she's a woman like me. The MAGA Republican men look down on women. You know they talking smack about her. They think less of women, that we are not strong enough to stand and do anything. Women are very strong. And I hate to say it, she showed us she got a backbone. I never saw it coming. I never saw this coming from her. I'm so glad that it has happened. Yes. King Allen said, if you speak out against dear leader, you are a rhino. That's what they try to say about her. Oh, she still has her Republican values. She does. But she's waking up. Hey, when she drunk that Donald Trump Kool-Aid, she must have bumped it back up, y'all, because, hey, she's standing strong in her beliefs. She's not in his pissity pen anymore. She's not in those pissity pens anymore. She woke up. And I pray for her because she's being targeted. That's why she put out that statement, I am not udicidal. You know what I mean? She wouldn't hurt herself. If anything happened to her, somebody did it. I'm glad she put that statement out, because if anything ever happened to me, it's MAGA. I don't make enemies. Anything ever happened to me, it's somebody from MAGA. Yeah. I love y'all. Get plenty of rest. Yes, it's Friday. If something big pop off tomorrow, I'll go live tomorrow. I love you guys. Y'all have a beautiful weekend, okay? Good night. Bye.